Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Mazzoni Center's Queer Coping series. My name is Melanie Lucash. I use she and her pronouns, and I work in the education department at Mazzoni, where I provide professional development for folks in the healthcare industry. A little about me outside of working at Mazzoni: I really enjoy crafting, reading, baking, and taking walks with my dog. I actually moved to this house here in March of 2020, just about 2 weeks before we began quarantine. So I've spent a lot of time here being at home over the past 4 to 5 months. Today, I'm going to share with you my process for redesigning one corner of my house. By no means am I an interior designer. This is all DIY, but I'm really excited to share this with you because this process has really brought me a lot of joy and has helped me sort of tap into my creativity and mindfulness while I'm here at home during this time of isolation. So I've found that having a project to concentrate on really gets me out of sort of patterned thoughts, and it's been really helpful to me to sort of get into this fun, energetic kind of mental space, which has actually been quite hard for me to access the past couple of months. So it's also really satisfying to be able to see a project from start to finish, be able to use your hands, and really be able to appreciate whatever handiwork you're doing every time you pass it in your house or in your space. So in many ways, also, the way that you set up your living space can be a real sort of visible extension of your own style and authenticity. And you get to decide whether you're going to do like a full Marie Kondo and only keep what sparks joy, or if you want to focus on an area of your home and just kind of make one small area more you. So being more connected to your space can also help. I know it's helped me with feelings of safety and comfort and feeling really grounded, which has been especially important right now when a lot of us are feeling unsafe or disconnected or anxious. So I usually start by thinking about 3 things. The first is where I want to start my project. The second is how I want to use the space. And the third is how I want to feel when I'm there. So for today's project, let's start with the where. So the space right behind me actually is what I'm going to be working on today. And right now, this is actually just a corner of my guest bedroom. I'm actually sitting on the bed right now. It's a very small room. There's only about 2 feet of space on each side of the bed. So I've picked the largest corner, and I'm going to try to sort of create an office-ish type of space. So number 1, where you're going to do your project. Number 2 is how you want to use the space. So I hinted at this a little bit a second ago, but I'm hoping to use this space as a joint sort of work from home spot where I can film webinars, where I can join Zoom meetings and kind of have a quiet space to do that. But I'd also like to use it for some crafting and maybe some journaling. So it's not going to entirely be used as an office. And then the third thing is, how do I want to feel when I'm there? For me, I really want to feel comfortable and focused and at home when I'm in this space once it's finished. I need to have some light because the only light in this room comes from this window, and I'm not going to be facing that window because I can't put my desk that way because it's such a small space. And it needs to be neat, and so that the clutter won't distract me. And I also want to feel sort of inspired and energized by the things around me here. So you can't see this because I can't put the camera down this way, but on the bed that I'm sitting on, there's all these different tools and potential pieces of art to put on the wall and things like that, and sort of all these different office-y things and crafting things that I'd like to incorporate into the space. I have a desk that I just thrifted and a chair that I just thrifted out in the hallway to be put into the space eventually as well. So yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm going to montage this, so it's going to be a little time lapse. You'll get to see it, and then we'll talk a little bit after it's finished. was a few seconds for you, but it was really only a little less than an hour for me, actually. So a project like this is totally doable. And a lot of the products that I was putting on the wall and things like that are things that I either thrifted or made myself. So this is definitely something that is accessible based on whatever you'd like to do or however you'd like to use your space. It's really helpful to bring some of nature inside. I have a couple plants here that hopefully will survive the rest of quarantine because sometimes I have a green thumb and sometimes I don't. But yeah, I think it's really, really helpful and exciting to brighten up a space and make it more authentic and more you. So some of the things that you probably saw me doing in the little time lapse there, it can be a little frustrating at times. And depending on what you want to do, you may need to learn a new skill, or you may need to search a little bit online for something that you may want to incorporate into your space. But some of the options that I've seen, the things that I've seen online that are a little bit different from what I did here, you can create a self-care nook for yourself. You can keep a candle, some tea, a journal, things like that, whatever you use for self-care. You may want to create an art space or a playroom. If you have kids, you can create sort of an organized area for craft supplies and a space to sort of spread out and do projects. You can create a space to move your body, put a mat on the floor or some weights or exercise equipment, and bring your favorite playlist. You can create like a gaming center for yourself or a chair and spot where you can sit and game and connect with your community that way. It's really, really up to you. So this is just a taste of what you may be able to do, and maybe you don't love my style, and that's totally fine. But the beauty of it is that you get to choose how you create the space that you're in. So there are several different resources that I can share with you in the notes in the description of the video, and hopefully you can find a place to really extend your creativity and center yourself and sort of disconnect from the rest of the world if that's what you're looking for. Doing something like this means that you can't really use your phone a whole lot, and it's something that you can do with your hands, so you may learn a new skill, or maybe you just color code your bookshelf and call it a day. Either way, it can be really, really centering to intentionally think about how to create the space that is around you and make it something that's completely yours. So thank you so much for joining me and the Mazzoni team for this session of Qwe're Coping. I hope that you all enjoyed this time, and you can look out for a new episode every week. So be well, stay healthy, and take care.